As a dear and old friend, Marion, I really feel I owe it to you to give you a bit of well-intentioned advice.
Oh, yes, darling. What about?
Oh, well, I realize, of course, that you are... Well, that you have a very spontaneous nature, a very gregarious person, somewhat given to public excesses. However, your behavior last night was beyond the pale.
Oh, well, Phoebe, what on earth are you talking about?
I am talking about all that billing and cooing that was going on, where you were actually feeding one another like a couple of demented lovebirds. It was just too adolescent. Oh, well, and not to mention the poor taste it showed in making a spectacle of yourself in a public place.
No, Phoebe, wait a minute. I thought you barely noticed us.
My dear, that sort of obtrusiveness is difficult, if not impossible, to ignore. And it is particularly detrimental to a woman whose reputation in this town is fragile, to say the very least.
Why, Phoebe Tyler, I do believe you are jealous.
Jealous? Of what?
I think you still have some feelings for Langley, but you didn't know it till you saw him with me last night at dinner.
Now, that is just nonsense, my dear. I have never been happier than since I met Horace. It's just, my darling, that I hate to see you open yourself up to public ridicule, that's all.
Oh, well, darling, thank you so much for your concern, Phoebe. But sometimes, even in a public place, it's just hard to hide one's feelings.
Well, one really must try, Marion, for one's own good.
Now I know who you are. You are Greg Nelson's uncle.
That's right. Have we met?
No, but I think I caught a glimpse of you at Jenny's funeral. Let me see. Horace Willoughby, isn't it?
It is indeed. And you're?
Myrtle Fargate, the owner of the placed shop.
A pleasure meeting you. Sorry it took so long.
Same here. Now, what can I do for you?
I would like a gift for a very lovely lady whom I'm sure you're acquainted with. Phoebe English?
Oh, Phoebe. Yes, Phoebe and I are great friends. What did you have in mind?
Well, I thought you'd know best what might please the lady, since you're more familiar with her tastes than I.
Oh, I think I've got the very thing. In fact, when it came in, I thought of Phoebe. It's in the back. Just excuse me now.
Of course.
Well, Mr. Willoughby.
Oh, yes. Mr. Wallington.
Wallingford.
I'd forgotten you worked at the boutique.
Are you being taken care of?
Oh, yes, Mrs. Fargate is helping me select a gift for Phoebe.
What a shame that you and Phoebe had to cut short your evening last night.
I beg your pardon?
At the goalpost, poor Phoebe seemed rather distressed.
Not at all. She was merely tired from a very strenuous day.
Oh, that's the excuse she gave you, was it? Well, I happen to know the real reason that she went out of there running in tears.
What are you getting at, Wallingford?
Well, it was the song, my dear fellow. Donna was singing our song, and poor Phoebe simply couldn't deal with the flood of emotion and memories that suddenly overtook her. All of which proves that I am still her one and only love.
I had no idea.
Of course you didn't. How could you? And apparently there is no warmth or rapport between you and Phoebe, or else she would have confided in you.
You're really in no position to judge, Mr. Wallingford.
But I think I'm in a perfect position to judge that you are wasting your time and money getting a gift for Phoebe, because she's mine.
Ah, here it is. Hi, Langley.
Top of the morning to you, Myrtle.
Good heavens. Here it is. Isn't that lovely now?
Fine.
So elegant.
I will take it. And perhaps you'll have your clerk gift wrap a bottle of your most expensive perfume as well?
Hey!
Well, hi.
How come you didn't wake me up?
Well, you looked so happy lying there, I didn't have the heart. Good morning.
I wanted to have breakfast with you.
Well, it would have been nice, but I'm going to have to go pretty soon.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Listen, it's okay. Now that I'm going back to work, we just got to do some more juggling here and there, that's all.
Still got a date this afternoon?
Of course. I look forward to it.
Good. I'll have Liza call you when I'm ready to come pick you up, okay?
Do you think that Liza might just still be interested in you?
What?
Well, she was once before. Does she have a boyfriend or anything now?
I don't know, I guess. Why?
Well, she has a very handsome boss.
Yeah, well, her boss has a very, very beautiful wife. Would you just get that out of your head?
Still, I wouldn't be surprised if she did have a crush on you.
I'll tell you what, if she asks for an autographed picture of me, I'll tell you first.
Superstar.
Get out of here. Go to work.
Goodbye.
I love you. Hello.
Hello, Cliff. It's Liza. Could I possibly come over for a minute? I want to ask you something.
Well, can't this wait till I see you at work?
Well, it's kind of important. Do you mind?
No. Come on over.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
How dare you insinuate that I had anything to do with Adam's plane crash?
All I am saying is that you were seen on the plane that
I don't
day.
think that Ross implied that I was planning a bomb in it.
I didn't say he did.
Not that it is any of your business, Mr. Roy. But I was there on that plane to leave a bottle of Adam's favorite champagne as a bon voyage gift.
That's a very generous gesture, considering he just fired you.
You don't erase a lifelong friendship in one night, Mr. Roy.
Look, Joanna, I am not the enemy. I just want a story.
Well, I'm afraid I can't be of any help to you.
All right? You know, I think it was very nice that you still have a warm spot in your heart for Adam.
Does that surprise you?
No, it might surprise some people. It was a pretty known fact that the two of you had some pretty bad blood between you before he threw you out of
think
the
that
house.
I went there in retaliation and blew his plane up? Is that it?
No, I'm just saying that people might think it's strange, your behavior under the circumstances.
What about your behavior, Mr. Roy?
Mine?
Yes, it is no secret that you have many reasons to want Adam dead.
Oh, come on. Joanna, I was out of the country at the time.
Oh, well, what kind of proof is that? You could easily have hired a hitman to do your dirty work for you, Mr. Roy.
Hey, Joanna.
I know what you're trying to do. You are trying to shift suspicion on me, when in all probability it was you and Erica who sent Adam to his death.
You'd have a hard time proving that.
No. No, I wouldn't have a hard time proving that, Mr. Roy. I know all about you and Erica. How you've been hiding behind Adam's back, meeting, carrying on your lascivious little love affair.
Give it up, Joanna.
Why don't you give it up, Mr. Roy? If you try to go public with this trumped-up story about me, I will go public with everything I know about you and Erica.
You can try all of your little tricks, but it is not going to get you off the hook because you are guilty, Joanna. The police will get it.
You are the one who should worry about the police, Mr. Roy, not I.
All My Children will continue in a moment.
Did you notice anything unusual on the plane, Mrs. Yeager?
Unusual.
Well, not quite kosher, as if someone had been tampering with it.
Oh, but no, I mean, everything seemed to be in order. It was the first time I'd ever been on the jet. It's fairly new. Adam just bought it for his wife as a gift.
And you said the pilot was there?
Oh, yes. He was very gracious. He was showing me around, pointing out the features of the plane. I think he's very proud of being the pilot.
And there was nothing suspicious or out of the ordinary about his behavior.
No, not that I could tell.
Well, we appreciate your cooperation, Mrs. Yeager, and if anything comes to mind that you may have forgotten later...
Yes, if I think of anything, of course, I'll let you know. And if you have any further information, I'd like to be informed.
We'll let you know. Thanks again for your time.
Oh, it's my pleasure to have been of some help.
Good day, ma'am.
Goodbye.